What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into some crazy new things you can now do with ChatGPT as an interior designer. And oh my god, these new features honestly gave me goosebumps. Please don't tell me you're not using ChatGPT already, because honestly AI is moving super fast every day. It's becoming one of the powerful tools to save your time, and we don't want to get left behind. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Mia and I work as an interior designer in London. And on this channel, we share everything related to interior design. And even if you're new to ChatGPT, don't worry about it. We're gonna cover everything step by step, from recap on things that we were able to do before, but also the most latest upgrades, such as now you can render your SketchUp model. Crazy, right? So stick around till the end so you don't miss out any cool features, and let's get into it. So let's start with a little recap of things that we were able to do before. Just to remind you guys, I'm not gonna spend much time here, but first, ChatGPT can be your brainstorming partner. When you're feeling stuck or uninspired, just describe your project, the space, the style, any key elements, and ChatGPT can suggest unexpected color palettes or like furniture layouts or even decor ideas to really spark your creativity. If you need a strong concept or like compelling storytelling, I also use ChatGPT to like really craft competitive design narratives, whether this is for presentation or for portfolio. It really helps to structure your storytelling. ChatGPT is also really great to prompt for Midjourney, for example, or any image generative AI. Basically, ChatGPT can give you the most optimized version of prompts for any AI tools that you're gonna use. So just describe your style, put in some keywords, and ChatGPT can generate the most very efficient version of prompts that you might have not thought about. For example, the lighting, the camera setting, or any like AI specific words that will pick up in the image generation, for example. So it's very helpful. You can just copy this prompt and bring it into the AI tool. Okay, so now we're getting into the fun part where I explain all the fun, cool, latest features and upgrades that ChatGPT can do now. It's gonna blow your mind. So the first thing that you can do is, for example, if you have like an empty room picture or like your existing room picture or your project picture from your client's apartment, whatever, existing picture, okay? And basically ChatGPT can change your decoration inside and interior design. Crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I mean. So imagine that I'm gonna use this image for now, but imagine that I have this room, let's say, and I'm just gonna drop into the chat box, and basically I want to see how this room looks with maybe like Scandinavian furniture and make it into a living room, let's say. I just moved into this flat and I want to see how it looks, okay? So I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to do that. So I'm gonna say, reimagine this room with Scandinavian furniture. Let's say I want dark blue or dark navy, curved sofa, marble, coffee table, my drink, and what else? Maybe two lounge chair and Japandi style pendant light. And I'm gonna say keep as much as architectural structure and detail as possible. And I think I'm gonna hit enter and see what it does. Usually this takes about a minute or two, so I'm just going to fast forward this process. Okay, there we go. We have a pretty amazing image that hasn't really changed from the previous original image. And it has the navy curved sofa, two lounge chairs. We haven't really specified the style, so I'm okay with this for now. I think this looks very similar to iconic Carl Hansen chair. And then probably this is a marble table. Okay, so I feel like this is a really good starting point, but there's few things that's missing. So let's see what we can add to this. That'd be very exciting. So first thing I want to change is this rug, for example. So I'm going to bring in some reference rug image that I found on Pinterest. So I'm going to drag this image here and then say, can you change the rug to something like this image and keep everything else? And hit enter and let's see what it does. Ooh la la, so look at this now. I'm very happy with this outcome. I feel like ChatGPT has captured the rug style that I really wanted. So this works really, really well. So now let's say I want to add maybe like a credenza in the back with some planting on top and like maybe some accessories. And perhaps I want to add an artwork here. I'm not sure if that's too much to ask in one go, but I'm just gonna see and try that. So let's go back to the chat box and say that I want to, or actually I'm gonna be polite and say, could you add a maybe black credenza behind the sofa, add some decorative plants and books on top, then add abstract artwork to the right hand side wall. And I'm gonna say keep everything else apart from that part. There we go. And okay, so let's have a look at this now. So they have kept the aesthetics. I'm happy that they've added the credenza. I was hoping it's behind the sofa by the window, but maybe I didn't explain that clearly. They've added the artwork here, although I didn't want an artwork behind the door. They have changed 2 lounge chairs and a coffee table, so that's a little bit, I'm not sure, but overall, I think this is a great result. I think if you're just like starting out, just want to see how the room's gonna look like with different type of furniture or colors, I think this is a great starting point. And honestly, before, I don't think ChatGPT could done this before. Honestly, like they would change the images constantly. You couldn't keep the same images like one after another. So this is a very, very great progress. Okay, so now I'm in the new chat and I want to show you that now ChatGPT can render your SketchUp model like exported image. So I'm going to bring in my recent design that I did on SketchUp. This is a residential project and I've like kind of modeled a kitchen area in a terrace house setting. So this is the image and I'm just gonna try out with the materials applied already. I've done this in SketchUp and I just want to see how good ChatGPT can render this from materials already applied, okay? So what I'm going to say is once I've attached the image, I'm going to write down and say, please, can you render this image as accurate as possible in the materials shown in the image? I want this to be in daylight, but not too strong sunlight. Okay, I'm just gonna see what ChatGPT gonna do. So I'm gonna hit enter and see what it comes up with. Wow, so okay, I think this is a pretty good start. They've captured like almost accurately as possible from my SketchUp. Like they have the kitchen cabinetry right, they have the marble turns right, they also have the flower vase. They haven't really distorted anything. They've also noticed that there is a wall light and kind of added the lighting. The bar stool is also very, very accurate and the materiality is quite like great, you know. I think we can work on the overall like rendering atmosphere and the lighting, so that's what I'm going to work on. So let's go back to the chat box and say great job, let's keep everything as it is, but let's work on the lighting to be natural light coming through left hand side window. I know we can't see window, but let's say that there is a window on the left hand side, and keep the lighting lit on the wall, and let's see what it does. Okay, so now theoretically they have improved the lighting. Let's have a look at it. So I feel like the quality has dropped down a little bit, or am I just seeing differently? It has improved on the lighting, but I do think it looks a little bit flat. So yeah, I'm not sure what the differences are. Maybe let's ask one more time to improve on the lighting and see what it does. I'm sure they can improve. Can you keep everything as it is, but improve on the lighting so it feels like there is a lot of natural light coming in? and improve the render quality to look more realistic materiality. Okay, so I feel like this is a little bit better. It's not like perfect, I would say, in terms of lighting, but I think you can keep improving, keep chatting, and create like the best image from this. One last thing I want to show you on this image is that I want to create a night mode. So I'm gonna ask, can you make this into a night mode? Enter, and let's see what it does. Okay, here we go. So it has understood my prompts of like making into like a dinner time, kind of like a night time. I do feel this is very dark, but again, I think you can adjust on the chat box and tell exactly like the timing of the day, for example, or like you could also ask to be at the sunset time, which you have like less daylight, for example. But this really proves that ChatGPT is honestly really progressing since last time I had this video. It's very impressive, and I cannot wait to see how much more this is going to improve. That was all for today's video. I hope you guys found it helpful, inspirational, and ready to use all these cool features. As always, if you've enjoyed this video and would love to see something like this in the future, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.